So where are you? Are you already down south, or you hang around Orlando, or where are you at these
Oh
days?
man, I wish I'm in Los Angeles right now. Which I actually don't wish I was in Orlando. I love Orlando, but I'm in LA. I like LA. I love the weather. It's great, perfect right now. It's perfect.
Yeah, so no rain like it's down here all the time.
Yeah, no rain. Is it? Yeah, yeah. And then also y'all rain for no reason. It's like, well, why what happened? Why did it start raining? Just added for no reason. One time I was driving from Orlando to Fort Myers and it was raining so hard. And I was speeding like an idiot. And I hydroplaned and I crashed. And then the cops came. But by the time the cops came, the rain dried up. And they were like, what happened? And I said, listen, guys, you know this is Florida. But I'm like, it was raining. And
And
there's no rain.
yeah, I was gonna say, and they're probably like, yeah, sure it was.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was
So so reflecting on like kind of your pretty much it's an incredible journey on what you've done. America's Got Talent, the subsequent like Champions Edition. What's been the
yeah.
most memorable moment or experience that you had during those competitions?
Man, the most memorable, I mean, that was pretty crazy. That was when they see my mom, they were like, they kind of like set this up so I wasn't ready. And they flew my mom in from China. I hadn't seen her in like 2 years. And then, they surprised me. I was sitting down. I was talking to this other contestant named Mike Young. And when I was talking to him, he was kind of like looking behind me, like almost, I don't know where you're from, but where I'm from, if you look behind you, he's like, oh, you trying to set me up? Trying to jump me? And I turn around, it's my mom right there. And I was like, oh, snap. And I felt great. I almost cried. I didn't though. I wish I would have, because then I would have got the golden buzzer. But I didn't cry. But that was probably one of the most memorable moments for me.
So,
Being
so
on
you got
stage live. Sorry.
no, I was gonna say, so you got to work on your acting chops that you're like instantly got the tears going.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
From stand-up specials to travel vlogs and cooking guides on your YouTube channel, you seem to have such a diverse range of comedic ventures. Is there one that you kind of enjoy most, or maybe have a favorite episode or video that kind of stands out?
For me, not really, because I don't like watching the videos. Like some of the most fun I have is like, when I'm like recording the videos, I'm like dying laughing with my friends or something. But I will say like people love the cooking with a comedian. They love that, but that was like so hard to do. That was the hardest, but people loved it. I like doing stand up. I like doing stand up and creating things with my friends, but there's nothing really, I guess the podcast was fun. That got the least amount of views. It's crazy. That was the most fun because I'm just talking to my brother, so we was cracking up.
Yeah, in this world, you never know what's gonna hit. You might have something that's like, this is what you guys are gravitating toward over this. This is like my baby. Why haven't you guys supported my baby?
Yeah, it's weird that the things that go viral, it's like that's what hit, but okay, that's fine. I'll take it.
So I gotta wonder. It's like your journey before you were even 10 years old. Did I hear that right? You've been in 20 different locations.
Yeah, I mean, I think that carried over to me being an adult because I just moved from New York in April. I was a nomad for like 4 months, the last year, and before I was in New York for about a year. Before that, I was in Vegas for about 8 months, and before that, I was in Atlanta for like 6 months. Before that, I was in LA, and for like a few, I just it always it I've always moved a lot. I think that just kind of carries over to me being an adult. But yeah, my mom, I think my mom, if she got uncomfortable and she didn't like something, she left. And I was a kid, so I can't be like, we're staying here. So I think we just dipped and it helped me in a lot of ways, but maybe I don't think a kid should move that much.
Did,
But yeah.
did all those I guess like traveling from one spot to the next, did it help kind of build your repertoire for maybe your comedy material? I mean, you're getting from a lot of different areas, a lot of different crowds of people. I gotta imagine it did something.
Yeah, it made me comfortable in any room. that made me comfortable in any room because I was in so many different places and I seen so many different like I encourage anyone that's able to get outside the country to just get outside the country because you kind of get a little bit more cultured, you know, and educated on and I feel like that with you know, even inside the country. There's well, I mean, we're essentially little baby countries. I mean, Florida, that's a different country. I don't care what you say. That's a different country. You know, California, it's its own country. So it's like I do think it made me like it made me just yeah, I made me culture, I guess, in that sense.
And I understand you started writing jokes as early as 16, performing at 17. Could you even remember what that first performance was like? Like when you
Yeah,
decided to pursue a comedy career, like did you have the jitters or were you just like you were ready for the stage right away?
bro, I was terrified. I was so scared that when they called me up that I didn't go on stage at first because I was taking so long. They're like, all right, give us a preacher Lawson. And I was taking so long to get on stage. Yeah, they were like, all right, we'll just call the next person. And then my mom was in the back. She's like, no, he right here. Get on stage, boy. You ain't gonna waste my gas money. And then she yelled at me. And then I went on stage after she yelled at me. And then I remember I did a joke. I remember I was able to scream like a girl at the top of my lungs, that little high scream. I remember I could do this. So I did a joke about how, you know, I used to be an ugly kid. You know, my nickname was you know, like I remember doing that joke and people laughing. Then I did a joke about people overweight, and I remember they booed me. I mean, I remember everything, you know, but
Nice. So when's the documentary going to come out then? I mean, you got enough history.
I know, right? I don't know, man. I feel like I got to do something special, you know. I got to do something a little more special. I had a special, but I got a second one coming out in a couple months. I got a third. I want to do a couple things. I got a few more things, and I want to, you know, I want to build up before I just. But I do have I got a lot of things that I would put in this documentary.
Do you have anything that you could share with any of those upcoming projects that might be screened somewhere?
Um, I you know, I wrote something. I wrote a series, and we'll see what happens with that. You know, I also filmed my second special that's supposed to be dropping in like 2 months, and I got a really cool project. I don't think I should even talk about it, but
But
yeah, I
stay
think I got.
tuned.
You said what?
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
So, so your journey also as
Yeah,
like
yeah,
as a
yeah.
passionate vegan, I mean, you share cooking guides on like kind of the ethical dimensions of like dieting. What has inspired you to adopt that kind of vegan lifestyle? Has it impacted your comedy routine, your outlook on life?
Yeah, man. I think veganism is a lot like anything. Um, it's a lot like anything. It's a lot. When I first became a vegan, I did it because I just found out what happens to animals, and I was like, oh, it's kind of messed up, and I was like, I'm just gonna. I did it because I was like, I'll try it out. Then I felt good, and then I just stayed doing it. But I found out, you know how like a video will pop up of like animal torture, and then you'll try to not look
Right.
at it. Well, I sat down and I looked at it one day like an idiot, and then I know now. So now that I know, I'm like, I
Can't
can't
get
eat
the
it.
image out of your head.
Yeah, I can't get it out of my head. It's like still, it's like there. And so yeah, when I first became a vegan, it definitely changed a whole lot of my lifestyle and the way I approach things. And you know, I was super like militant. You know, when someone like first becomes, you know, like saved or something, and they're like, you gotta go to G, you know, and then you know, it's just like anybody that's level 10 anything, a level 10 you know, Democrat, Republican, atheist, Christian, like you know, like Leviton anything, Leviton vegan. It's if you they're annoying. It doesn't matter. So I was like a level 10 vegan, and people were like, You know, I was the vegan people made fun of. Like, I was a vegan that people, because most vegans are the kind of just like, I'm vegan, and they don't really like, you don't even know a lot of the times. They're just kind of like, that's what I do. But I was like, you guys are killing everybody. You don't understand. Do it. You know, it was just, so I like I kind of came down a lot more, but I'm kind of just more like, I'm really chill. Like, I, I, I feel good. My poops are great. And, yeah, so I've been a vegan for about 6 years, 7 years, no meat, because I was a vegetarian for about a year. But yeah, there's a documentary called Earthlings.
So-
Crazy. I dare you to watch it because everyone's like, "No, I've seen a documentary. I've seen other documentaries too," and I was like, "I don't care. I like chicken." I used to say that all the time. Okay, I like chicken. Then I seen Earthlings. Don't watch it if you don't. It's gonna get you. It's gonna get you.
well, that's kind of how I felt when I watched Super Size Me. Now I can't eat a hamburger at a fast food place.
Yeah, that was like the first big one, right? That was the first like big documentary that was crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Uh,
that, and then they became like Fast Food Nation, and then I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If I don't have an option, I might still go and have myself a burger, but at a fast food place, it's a little hit
Take
or
it, man.
miss. You,
What is going on? Oh my gosh. I'm
you're
so
okay.
sorry.
Let's just
I'm
go with it. But,
okay.
but yeah. I mean, hopefully, watching the one you mentioned is not gonna make me not want to eat chicken.
Oh man, it's gonna bro. I seen what I see before that. I seen what the hell, and I was like, I don't care. I seen uh it was a couple of them, but well, yeah. If you watch Earthlings, even if you don't want it, like even if you want to keep it's just convenience. Like people, it's especially in the beginning, it's inconvenient for vegan lifestyle. So people are like, why would I want to? That just like I want to be able to go wherever I want to go and eat. Because there are places I go and they don't have options, and I'm like, this is annoying. Like this is annoying. But for the most part, it's fine. Like I can go to 7-Eleven, grab some fruit, maybe a protein bar, and then a drink or something. I'll be fine. But um, but yeah, man, supersize me, and I love documentaries, man. I love like series in general because I think movies are kind of trash now. But
And
what do
actually,
you think?
you made me think of something. So, considering how movies are like all about the huge special effects, superheroes, and all that, if you had to have like some quirky superhero power, what would it be? And what would your superhero name be?
My superhero name. My super my superhero name would be younger brother, and I would just copy everyone else's superpower. You know how like a young brother copies you? I would be able to copy everyone because they're not gonna have every superpower, you know?
What would happen if you're performing and they make it a dinner show and everybody's got chicken on their plate in front of you? Are you going to still be able to perform?
Oh yeah, I don't care. I don't eat chicken. Like I mean, I can't. I think vegans are like 1% of the world or something like that. Like I'm not stupid. Like I know that most people aren't vegan. So I can't help it. Like I'm not gonna eat it.
So, I mean, when we go to watch you perform, I mean, if we start eating chicken, getting up close and start doing it, no effect. You're okay.
Well, if you get in my face, that's weird. I mean, you could eat a veggie burger in my face, it'd be weird. Like I don't know, I'd be like, why are you in my face? But if you're eating your food, I mean, it happens at every comedy club I go to.
Yeah.
So that happens weekend. Then I just couldn't work.
Well,
Like
well,
I just
well, I was just thinking maybe it's a new form of heckling. You find out what the performer, the distaste for something is, rather than saying something, just give them the visual.
yeah, but I don't think that works. Because if I was the chicken or if I knew the chicken, like, because I'm not the one, you're not hurting me, you know? Like I don't I see that a lot. I'll see a lot of people trolling vegans and then they'll like get it, they'll do an interview and they're like they'll eat a steak and it's like, wow, how does that affect me?
Uh,
That doesn't affect me. If the steak was a family member, I it's just my decision. That's like kind of like if someone's like I'm Muslim and then I just started reading the Bible and he's like, well, I'm still Muslim. So what's that got that has nothing to do? You're going to hell or not? What do they believe in? If not, they don't think they don't believe in hell. What do they believe in? I'm sorry, I don't know anything.
so basically, unless you're a cannibal of one of your friends or family, it's not going to affect you.
Yeah, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect
Wait,
me. Yeah.
what is kind of like the weirdest or funniest thing that's happened while you've taken the stage? I mean, there's so many people in the crowd. They get drunk, they have some random conversation. They don't realize how loud they are. Has there ever been something that's like, you really just said that, did you?
Yeah, man. I've had a lot of stuff. I've had a lot of weird stuff. Um, yeah, I had a lot of weird stuff happen. And man, yeah, I had a lot of weird stuff. I had people say, usually people are talking super loud. I get heckled, but it's not usually memorable. You know, I'm trying to think of like something I could tell you that's not gonna ruin the mood. Some dude told me to get back on the boat or something like that. He told me to get back on the boat, as in like this, the slave boat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then I had to joke my way out of that awkward situation where this dude told me to go on the boat. And I'm like, you're so dumb. I got here on a plane. Like I'm trying to like, because if you ruin it, he made it weird, but you can't, as a comedian, you gotta be professional. He definitely got kicked out, but you as a comedian, you gotta keep it professional and don't make it weird for everybody, you know? So I was like, yeah, you just I had to get out of that situation. Or sometimes the audience members they heckle
Nope. I think I lost you for a
you, and it's been a
second.
few times they said something funny. There's a couple of audience members that, oh, okay.
Nope, you're
I was
back.
saying
You're back. Go ahead.
I was saying there's a couple of times the audience member has said something funnier than me, which threw me off. But if you laugh, I mean, I laugh at all. But I mean, audience members are pretty. I mean, I'm really lucky, man. I have the best audience. I honestly feel like my audience members, like, they make me want to be a better person. Like they're just good people. I bring good people. Anytime I talk to the staff is like, you always have the best audience. They always tell me that because you have other people that are like drunk and they're annoying. I do get drunk and annoying people, but overall, I have the most polite, I have the nicest audience. They're great. I'm so lucky.
And just lastly, kind of closing it up, if there's a way you could kind of summarize what fans could expect at your comedy show, like maybe if it was a plot of a movie, what would it be? How would you stage this plot of your comedy routine?
This summer, Preacher Lawson is coming to you. I would say something like that. No, I would say that man, bring a diaper because you're gonna pee on yourself. All right. These jokes are hilarious. I've heard them before. I wrote them. So I think they're great. I think it's just look, you're gonna laugh, you can bring the whole family and and you can forget about your problems. It's gonna be a good time. That's what
Awesome.
I would
Well,
say.
hey, well, I definitely appreciate your time, and I know we're looking forward to the show. It's just around the corner.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother. That was awesome.